Hey, what's up with everybody? It's your boy Rymir here. I just want to get on here and let everybody know the updates, what's going on. It's been a crazy couple weeks, y'all. I want to let y'all know that I have not stopped my fight. I did withdraw my case. It's for a reason, y'all. It's not because I'm stopping with it or not going to refile it or anything like that.
Rymir Carter. Now he plans to release what he calls the family albums. According to him, old photos, timelines, and bills show one thing. You read correctly. When Wanda was just a teenager, Jay-Z trapped her. Instead of waiting for another judge to reject him on technical grounds, Rymir is going straight to the public in this paternity issue, which the father has been fighting for decades. It is being devoured by the streets, my love. Let us be honest. This is not a novelty. Rymir has insisted that Jay is his father since he was a young boy, and Wanda gave sworn statements to that effect before she passed away. She claimed that she had only been 16 when they first met, and that he was far too strong. This is where the word trapped comes in. For Rymir and his family, it is not only about paternity, it is also about exploitation, silence, and a billionaire dodging accountability. Jay-Z has repeatedly denied it, to be clear. His lawyers say these rumors are ridiculous and false. Using a child's name for financial gain ought to make people feel bad, his representative said, but Rymir will not abandon his square. Every year he comes up with a new way to bring it up. Court records, interviews, petitions, and now family albums that have been exposed. The twist? Instead of even waiting for DNA, he is making his case in the court of public opinion by making these images public. And youngster, in the age of TikTok detectives and Twitter side-by-sides, it might do more harm to Jay's reputation than a formal trial. So here we are, a hip-hop billionaire who will not even acknowledge it, a mother who swore before she died that her world was real, and a son who feels he has been neglected for too long. Those family albums are loud enough on the internet, even if the receipts are not official court documents. The question now is whether this is the long-awaited breach in the Carter empire or merely another unpleasant phase in Rymir's never-ending conflict.
I stand on my allegations regarding this matter. Mr. Carter, defense attorney in 2012 in New Jersey, didn't want me to sit next to her in the courtroom and stated, I quote, "I don't want her sitting next to me. I don't want her sitting next to me. I would not represent someone like her."
Look, this story is completely different from the norm in terms of public perception. Rymir, who's been sharing his experience for years, typically with tears in his eyes, is on one side. He says he wants only the truth and not any money, influence, or Carter billions. During interviews, he will say things like, "I just want to know who my father is. I am worthy of that resolution." His actions are all framed by the same story. The youngster who grew up battling a machine too strong to defeat in court. The underdog, the neglected son, silence on the other side, total and elegant quiet. Never once, not even once, has Jay-Z acknowledged Rymir. Everything is handled for him by his crew, who label it dishonorable and without merit. When the case originally made headlines in 2015, his attorney called the whole situation absurd. Then he just stonewalled without doing any rebuttal interviews or sitting down to clarify his position. A billionaire plays it that way: deny, dismiss, and then vanish into a yacht. This is where it becomes complex, though. Since more people are drawn into Rymir's story, the longer Jay remains silent. The silence itself has become a part of the narrative. She will never whisper Rymir's name to you, not in lyrics, not in interviews, and not even in hidden messages. You cannot blame her, to be honest. Perfection is the foundation of her entire brand, empire, heritage, and family. Even the altercation with Solange in the elevator was covered up by a shiny carpeting. He has submitted petitions to Congress requesting that they look into the handling of his case. He has been crying live on Instagram about being excluded, and now he is entirely changing the battleground with these family albums that have been leaked. Before she passed away, my mother told you all. What else should I say? Simply said, it is a PR war. Rymir is portraying David, aiming at Goliath with a slinging hand. In the hopes that the tempest will pass, Jay and Beyonce have decided to remain silent. However, nothing will be stopped by silence in 2025. It simply amplifies the sound. The optics are not cute, if we are being honest. Every time Beyonce posts the twins or Jay goes out for charity, the question, "What about Rymir?" comes up in the comments. Despite his lack of court recognition, he is already considered family in the public view.
Behind closed doors, that's only one case that we withdrew for right now. But it's a lot going on. You know how this industry works. These judges, these lawyers, these high celebrity people, They try to use all different types of tactics and call it what you want, bully tactics and different types of stuff to, you know, slow it down and just change the narrative.
This Rymir tale is unique in that it does not exist in a vacuum. A far larger picture is painted once the dates, receipts, and history are laid out. And youngster, Jovan does not look nice in the photo. Let us begin with Rymir's mother, Wanda. She has consistently insisted that she first met Jay-Z when she was 16 years old in the late 1980s. The word trapped strikes a profound chord there. According to her, the relationship was not a casual fling. She was a teenager, and he was already an adult. Additionally, he held all the power, and she was too young. Wanda even wrote an affidavit outlining everything before she passed away, claiming that Jay-Z was Rymir's father. They allowed him to avoid responsibility, and no one else could. People may brush this off if it were a one-off incident, but Jay-Z has been connected to other paternity accusations. Do you recall Letitia Macer? A few years ago, she went popular by claiming to be Jay-Z's first daughter. She even created an Instagram page with that name. Her relatives also supported her. Jay's godmother has publicly accused Jay's crew of sabotaging DNA tests, not to mention Chanel Scott, whose son Malik was initially thought to be Jay's child until a DNA test revealed her husband was not the biological father. Jay's camp consistently came out with denials and called everything absurd. The streets are not stupid, even though the courts may be on his side. After aligning the timelines and examining the images, people can conclude that the math is correct. Let us not pretend that hip-hop has never been involved in scandals of this nature. After keeping Adonis hidden from the public, Drake was caught with him. Did he? Who, kid? Lawsuits, NDAs, and side babies were more numerous than the Empire State. Even Beyonce's own father, Matthew Knowles, had several children outside of his marriage, and those siblings have been squabbling for years over Beyonce's apparent denial of their existence. Family conflict is nothing new to the Carter Knowles brand. Therefore, these family albums that Rymir releases are more than just sentimental photos. This am not new, he says, because patterns are more important in the streets than paperwork. The thesis is that the story writes itself when people can point to your past and match up the receipts. Even though Jay-Z may have billions of dollars and the cleanest lawyer's money can buy, you will see everything whether you scroll through Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter. Pictures of Rymir and Jay side by side with comments like same eyes, same nose, stop playing in our face, etc. The streets rocked as someone stitched movies that compared Young Hov and Rymir at the same age. But appearances are not everything. Additionally, others have been clocking the time frame. According to Wanda's statement, she met Jay when she was 16, which corresponds to Jay's early professional years and Rymir's age. Like real crime investigators, fans are piecing everything together. Naturally, not everyone is buying it. Rymir is referred to as a clout chaser by Jay's defenders, who also argue that if you had proof, why not go to Maury instead of Instagram? Others comment that the timing seems odd, pointing out that Jay and Bey have a lot of money coming in from the Cowboy Carter tour, and that Rymir might be merely trying to get attention while he is in the spotlight. Remarks like, money can buy lawyers, but it cannot erase bloodlines, and if he was broke, they would have swabbed him already, keep coming up. Rymir and Jay are no longer the only characters in the story. David and Goliath and Child are now featured. Fans speak up for Jay more when he remains silent. A rumor used to be killed by silence, but now it is just strengthened. Sidekick comments take over every Bayhive stand post. People were writing about every Jay-Z throwback video, but where was Rymir? Even if he loses in court, Jay-Z is already on trial in the court of public opinion. Family albums, according to the internet, may not be DNA, but they are sufficiently disorganized to expose the Carter brand. So, sis, this is where it gets serious. Beyond the pirated CDs, court documents, and memes, legacy is at the heart of this whole issue. Jay-Z is one of the most influential men in music, and not just any rapper. Beyonce's millionaire husband and the father to Sir, Rumi, and Blue Ivy. In a Roc Nation outfit, he is the American dream to the globe. To Rymir Carter, however, he is simply the man who supposedly trapped his mother and never turned around. And there, you have the conflict. Jay-Z's meticulously manicured empire, philanthropy, art collections, business mogul maneuvers, and Grammy's family's transformation with Beyonce and the children are all on one side. On the other hand, there is this unrelenting shadow plot, a son he never claimed, a wife who left written affidavits prior to her passing, and now a mountain of family images that will soon be shared online. For Beyonce, what does this mean? Oh, if we are being completely honest, her brand includes her quiet. She simply lets the work speak without providing an explanation or clapping back. Once the internet detects blood, they will not let it go, even if they claim it is only noise. And whether Jay-Z likes it or not, this could be the moment that makes Rymir a permanent part of pop culture history. Pusha T uncovered Drake's attempt to conceal Adonis. Adonis now attends basketball games from the courtside. Secrets tend to come to light via history. If Jay believed that keeping quiet would put an end to this, then Rymir's fight remains symbolic in the absence of a court-mandated DNA test. However, symbolism can often be more powerful than proof, kid. It would be hard to undo the harm if he keeps his word and leaks those family albums, and fans can confirm that it is not an AI hack. Because legacy is what people think, not just what you create. And more people now think Jay-Z escaped accountability and left a full son in the shade. $1 billion purchase of Basquiat cannot take that away. Here's the irony, everyone. Rymir's story can be heard without even a scientific test. He can change his plan by making their family albums public. The jury in the court of public opinion is noisy, disorganized, and already inclined toward guilt, even though Jay-Z may control the courts with his army of attorneys.